Hello, hello, my dear friends. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. I do hope that you're all doing fine. It is the 16th of February today, and we're going through right now that full moon in Leo, dear friends. So something is ending, it is being shown, it is completing. Leo is matters of the heart. It's childlike energies, fun, flirtation. And that's what's going on with Venus and Mars as they are together now in the sign of Capricorn. My dear friends, I have been also speaking about Mercury at that first degree of Aquarius, which is a very important degree that I've taken note of. So let's see how the energies are playing out. I want to thank you for joining me here. I will be taking the 3 lucky winners from Patreon that win. You know, we have 3 winners every single month for a free tarot reading, 60-minute, 40-minute, and 20-minute. I will be doing that straight after this reading, and I will also be taking an extra message card, an oracle card for those on Patreon every day. Every time I do this reading, the messenger is here. So do join us on Patreon. Okay, there's a lot that we offer there. And thank you all for commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. What's going on this full moon? I don't know about you guys, I had some really potent dreams last night, very important dreams. I have my full moon, the full moon in Leo is my 12th house, everyone. That's the house of dreams. That's the house of sleep, solitude, subconscious messages coming through the dreams. Very important, very messages that are real messages. It's not just, you know, what we go through every day and we sort of, our mind, you know, brings those things up. For those of you that are familiar with my dad's passing about 4 months ago. Yeah, Dad visited me last night. We dined together. So there's obviously a big message in that. I feel his soul is asking for something. I'm going to cook something special for him today. So pay attention. Did you guys have any special dreams last night? Where is Leo? Which area of your chart is Leo in? Leo and Aquarius, I suppose, because we always look at the axis, right? So let's see what Spirit wants, what the divine wants us to know on this full moon in Leo, dear friends. We have the Empress, so we've got motherly energies, the ability to create, to attract, to love, to nurture, to be nurtured and loved. And it's interesting that she's holding that new moon at her feet, and the new moon is new beginnings. This is the Taurus and Libra card. So it can be pointing on this full moon today, it can be pointing to the solar eclipse that we're going to have in Taurus, or because we're already in the eclipse energies, dear friends, and because it is the Taurus card, that's why I'm mentioning that new moon, which is a solar eclipse. So interesting. Something has got the possibility to be created. Something is growing. It's being produced, right? And hello, Agape. And what's being produced is a new love connection for some of you. Agape's here. Or, you know, some sort of a chapter is opening up pertaining to love, nurturing, and anything pertaining to love, values, Venus, Venusian energies. Yes, Agape. Good morning, Agape. Well, it's really good afternoon, but what is that? Oh my God, dear friends. There's been a disappointment. There's been a heartbreak. I don't know if it's about timing. It could relate to timing because the Empress needs to be patient, right? She needs to wait. But this could also bring issues of third parties, other people involved. Yeah, so there's some sort of a blockage here, or something that stems from something that was disheartening, something maybe that hasn't been shown to you. I don't know why, but I get the feeling that there's some sort of a second chance here because someone was defensive or needing to fight for love, right? And this can pertain to ego. I mean, Leo full moon, the dark side, the shadow side of Leo can be ego, but not only. I mean, Taurus is also fixed. We're talking about the fixed energies now, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus and Scorpio. So someone not being able to move forward, not wanting change, not feeling comfortable in change, or maybe even their prosperity, their abundance can be at risk if they move forward with a certain love relationship or a certain project, if this is anything related to work. It's in relation to love, family issues. Here, the Six of Cups is a soulmate connection. It's looking back at the past, something about nostalgia. Now, this could also speak to a mother and a child connection where there's been a heartbreak. Someone's needing to make a decision. Nothing is certain here. Things are mutating, changing. Maybe because of someone needing to make a decision or choose between two. It could be matters of love, romance, love and finances. It could be the love of one's children and their romantic situation. It's all about choices, but we're trying to find balance here. We've got 2 number 3s here. And we've got the Queen of Wands here. Leo more than likely. So it's more than likely up to a divine feminine to choose. Or she's been very patient and waiting for a divine masculine to choose. But Queen of Wands she's out there. She's got the ability to create. She's got the desire. She desires this. She wants this. And we know that she's a very lucky queen. We know that she's very much of a leader, very much that Leo heartfelt energy. So this Empress has had to hold on to her faith. Maybe even her beliefs have gone through changes. What is this? Let's continue. What is going on with this Queen of Wands, who shows up as very sexual? So she's been mourning a loss, an emotional loss with a person from the past, someone she is nostalgic about. So she has regrets pertaining matters to do with the past. The past, there was a lot of abundance, a lot of love, a lot of ability to manifest. She felt very abundant, very happy. But we see 3 cups spilt, right? And we've got changes. So there's some sort of a ending that's taking place, which can sort of steer her towards these 2 cups. So some sort of an agreement. Remember what I spoke of, all about balance, right? And look at these 2 people on the wheel, and this is the Morgan Greer Tarot, for those of you that are wondering. See the wheel where we've got a person falling off the wheel. So this is a lucky break, a lucky change, a cycle that ends. Let's take one more card, and we've got the Moon, and it's something that will be shown to us. It can relate to someone's home, a mother, subconscious fears. Pay attention to your dreams, as I said. The moon, number 18. Full moon today in Leo, right opposite Aquarius, in square, in a difficult aspect, which is uncomfortable, pertaining to Taurus, our values, what it is that we love, what makes us feel good, and Scorpio, what is it that we need to shed? We need to leave a past comfortable situation. We need to come through from a position of heart and not what is materially ours. So it's like love and security sort of being on, opposite each other, where someone needs to make a choice. So their securities could be financial, and of course love always many times can, matters of heart can play out with matters of security. So being in a relationship, because even though there's no love there, because of our financial security, I think it's got a lot to do with Venus and Mars. Venus and Mars coming together, a conjunction in Capricorn. This is a maturation, maturing. It could be also a karmic cycle that's playing out. What's at the bottom here, and we've got the Hierophant. There is Taurus. The key, Taurus can speak to commitment, marriage. Taurus, as I said, for those of you that are on Patreon, we've done the full moon reading for the Leo full moon. I've been speaking about this full moon feeling a bit like an eclipse, as it's referencing back to that first lunar eclipse that on the 19th actually of November of 2021. What was going on for you back then? What was happening for you? Because that was the first lunar eclipse we had in Taurus, and that was a full moon. So that's referencing back. We're revisiting November roughly of 2021. And this full moon is at the exact degree. It's at the 27th degree, as was that eclipse. What's going on with our commitments, with our beliefs? And what I get from the card here is like the new moon glyph that he's got around his neck. Now, Taurus rules the neck, the voice, right? That's why usually Taurian individuals have got they've got a beautiful way of speaking. They've got a voice that's very good for singing, so they're good singers. They've got a sweet voice, a very Venusian sort of a voice. It's either the way they talk or their actual voice. But here with the new moon around his neck, which is like something sort of stopping him from speaking, from articulating what is suffocating for him, for her, whoever this is for you. I mean, the Hierophant we know is someone that's very wise, a spiritual leader, someone that is very, very philosophical and very much about giving information, guiding others. This can relate on a collective scale. It can also relate to the church. He is a priest after all. Now this could speak to family, traditions, religion, our beliefs, which have gone through lots of changes. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is today. The Hierophant, remember, is a number 5. Maybe there have been secrets pertaining to a marriage here. Secrets that will be coming through, coming to light. This can be a triangle, love triangle, as well for some of you. I mean, the moon can speak to deception as well. What is the Karma Dharma on this full moon? And we've got the World card, so we are talking about something ending. Again, we've got cycles. Cycles are Saturnian, they're karmic. What's beneath the Hierophant? We've got the Page of Swords. So someone is messaging, communicating something. Someone's been looking into, spying, checking out, I don't know, anything to do with social media, anything to do with written, spoken material. Page of Swords, Gemini energy. So someone who's had a choice, had a difficult choice to make. So expect a message maybe pertaining to something that someone cannot hold back on anymore. Seven of Cups, Pisces, unconditional love, confusion though. And 10 of Cups, we go from the 10 to the 7. So turning a difficult corner. 7 is also the Chariot, pertaining to a move. The Wheel of Fortune can also speak to an ending, of course, but also matters of truth and justice coming through. We see a couple at the top of the wheel celebrating. It's like a possible new beginning. A third person is falling out of the equation. We've got an ending here. An ending, right? I don't know. I don't read reversals. It looks like something will be communicated. Someone's taking a risk, a messenger. We've got the Page of Rods here. Sending a message out which can make someone very happy. It could open doors, and the communication, there's going to be truthful communication about someone having made a choice. We've also got the 2 keys. I suppose for some of you this could also speak to a new home. Remember the World card, right? It's Venus ready to be reborn. There's a rebirth here, and this is a success card. It's a having managed a very difficult situation and closing up a major cycle in one's life where there have been blockages, and it's all about timing as well. Now 21 is the card. I don't know, for some of you it could be 3 days, for others of you count 21 days. We've got the 12th house and escape. Wow. And we see also again like a cycle here. 12th house is an ending, my darlings. It's also having dealt with a very difficult karmic situation. Things, as I said, being messages coming through our dreams. It's the dream house. Or someone's been in a bubble. They've been wearing those rose-colored glasses and they could be shocked at what will be shown. Now, someone's been trying to escape the truth, or someone could be closing up a cycle, a difficult cycle, through escaping. Escaping can speak to doing something secretive. It's a 36, which equals, again, the Hermit, number 9. The 12th house is also the house of course, affairs. It could be secret enemies as well. It can speak to distance, physical distance also, as well as the World card. Let's see what's at the bottom. We've got Neptune and sacrifice. So Neptune and the 12th house, my dear friends. So there has been some sort of deception, or again, it's a 10. Someone has been sacrificing something where there's been no equal sacrifice. So someone's been living in a dream world here, giving and not receiving. Things will be shown. I will take a couple of different cards here. Virgo, I analyze. Virgo, Neptune. Virgo, Pisces, right? It's all about acts of service, providing a service, getting grounded, not being lost out there in the clouds. Getting grounded. Virgo is also, Virgo, the archetype, is very motherly, very nurturing, ready to do the work. Neptune is sacrifice. So some of you also may have had issues pertaining to health. So your psychological health. I mean, Neptune can also speak to medicines, drinking, you know. That's what I see with the cup that's raised here. Trying to escape a situation through, you know, drinking or taking medicine or drugs, or sometimes when situations are too heavy, too hard to handle. That's what Neptune speaks to. And this is, yes, analyzing, maybe trying to analyze messages coming through from spirit. Let's see, let's take a message of love, whispers of love. I love you. I love you is the message today. And spirit loves us. We know that. We are loved by spirit, and these are very important words. So these could be words also that will be shared. These could also be thoughts, dear friends. They could be thoughts. Let's see what the wisdom of the oracle says. And it's a number 20, which is a 2. 2 is the high priestess. So this, we've got the high priest. 2 is also balance, but it's also choices. This could be a spiritual connection for some of you. What is the message on this full moon in Leo? And we've got mending, and it's in the reverse. Wow. Number 52, which is a 7, again the Chariot. I feel that someone is planning a move, trying to overcome obstacles. There's still, I do feel, because as we know, the Chariot, right? It's in the reverse. So the Lovers is coming up for me. Gemini again, choice. Let's read mending in the reverse, which is a 52, dear spirit. Mending could be happening soon. Mending of a relationship. Let's see what the reversed message says. What is the advice? Heartbreak is a strange healer of souls. Our grief strips away our masks and loosens our tight hold on our separatedness, where we view ourselves as I and the world as it. Loss allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger scheme, opening us up to sympathy, empathy, and dependence on others in the moment when we can't hold ourselves together. And it leads us to become one with a greater whole again. Pain and suffering is part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. Can you view this loss, this pain, this dissonance as a way back to source? Let your sorrow break your heart wide open. You will never be left behind. You are loved now more than ever by spirit. Who does not want you to feel alone? One day you will look back and know this truth. So this is talking about a heartbreak. This is talking about maybe having hope to mend a situation. Let's take some messages here pertaining to the moon. The outcome, the moon is very much of a unclear. It's an unclear message. This could also be talking about someone trying to mend their marriage. There has been a third party. It doesn't have to be a love affair. It could be a mother or a mother-in-law, or just another family member. We've got the coffin, dear friends. We've got the bear, again, which speaks to someone who's in a position of power. It could be a mother, a leader. We have the bridges here, trying to cross over a bridge, waiting for a chance. Now we've got the masks here, and the masks do speak to trying to escape the truth. Or maybe the masks are falling today. and we're seeing the truth. We have information that we will be looking at and analyzing. And some of us maybe have been analyzing too much. Cancer, I feel. This is about emotions. Cancer is the mother. It's also the home. And it's matters to do with the past. Yes, it is. It has got to do with deception, or maybe even finding out as the masks fall, pertaining to love, pertaining to relationships. Could be contracts, doesn't have to be only love. And we've got the hour clock, which is Kronos and Saturn. So there will be truth that will come through pertaining to changes or decisions. Some of you may think that this is over, but maybe it's the timing here. Like Kronos and Saturn is darkness, it's fears. It's timing. It's also growth. Remember that Venus and Mars are moving through Capricorn, which is a Saturnian sign. It will be interesting as Mercury will be moving through Aquarius. When Mercury picks up speed and will pass that 10th degree, which he retrograded over, and he touches on Saturn, because we see the sign of Saturn here, and it does pertain to truths and messages and all those things. So that will be in 2 weeks, my friends. So that will be on the new moon in Pisces. On the 2nd of March, roughly there. Pay attention. We have the dog, which speaks to loyalty. We have the stairway. I see it as a stairway to heaven. I see it as it's a beautiful card where there's 2 doors here. It's all about making the choice. The paths are opening. Give it a couple of weeks, I'm going to say. And we've got the ship, which is transition. This is physical movement, moving through the air, flight travel, moving over water. This is like a ship that's been in, something that you've been dreaming of. A gift that Jupiter brings. And it is a number 3, which does relate back to the Empress once more. And we've got the house, which speaks to someone's home, something stable. This is permanency. This is a new house that someone is moving to, letting go of a marriage, maybe where there was heartbreak. For some of you, maybe you have been trying to mend a marriage. Okay, give it a couple more weeks, I'm going to say. I don't know. Remember, these are very important words. I love you. It does speak to getting stable, getting grounded. Wow. There has been a third party. This is an enemy. This is the forbidden fruit. This can also speak to a spiritual connection, a soulmate connection. Maybe someone was married here. It can be something like that. Yeah, there's been a lot of worry, a lot of unhealthy situations, third people, a lot of melancholy, a lot of feelings of loss. But we are transitioning. I did say I wanted to take on here, but I took them here. Doesn't matter. The messages are still the same. Let me take 3. Oh, what's this? And we've got the letter. Well, this was in another pile. I guess that this needed to come through, my friends. So the letter is contracts. It's communication. It's Mercury in Gemini. It can also speak to divorce proceedings. Let's restart. Let's take 3 cards here. I will be also, today we'll be doing the twin flame, the soulmate twin flame reading. We have a journey and another 10. We've got 10, 10, and 10, my friends. So this is a journey. It can be a physical journey, a metaphorical journey. It's been a long journey. Maybe even wanting to move for a long time. We've got thoughts, so a divine masculine is thinking, maybe even planning an escape. I mean, something sudden is going to be shown here with this full moon. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's the imprisonment. There are the blockages, my dear friends. And we see loss here. This is emotional loss. This is the mundane, maybe even blockages. Something to do with an imprisoning situation. It can be metaphorical, but it can also speak to karmic, a karmic chapter that someone's been dealing with, a karmic payback. Okay, we see the mice, which can also speak to, yes, someone going through an emotional hardship, blockages, not being able to communicate their emotions. We see the lock here, and we've got the keys. So distant horizons, that's what this ship has been telling me. You could see the similarities here. Check it out. And this is a very, very positive card, the distant horizons. We also see a very rusty anchor here. Someone's been anchored, being stuck maybe for too long. It can pertain to business as well. But what they've dreamed of, their ships are coming through. But there needs to be action towards it, or maybe even a move or some sort of an escape. Doing something without letting others know. And this does speak to communication. We've got a bird here. Birds are relocation as well. The ability to give birth. Remember that even in the Lenormand, the stork, right? Storks relocate. It's transition. But it's also new cycles. It's communication, which could be sort of getting someone unstuck. They've done the work. They've, put in the effort. Now, the wheel of fate is turning and bringing in someone's dream, something that they've imagined, something that they've hoped for. And this could be news that you're finding out about, especially with that Seven of Cups. Transitioning, moving. So, really, really interesting here. Lovely, lovely messages. I want to take 3 Sibilas. I want to see what the thoughts are pertaining to this divine masculine, because he's looking at his other half and thinking, dreaming, imagining. He looks quite sneaky, trying to figure something out, thinking of something that could be different, communicating, thinking of communicating something. We've got Fortuna in the Wheel of Fortune. We've got Disgrazia. Disgrazia is usually, it is the Tower, and this is a 16, which is like a tower. It's the energy of the Tower, right? But it's the 7 of Swords, which says to me that obviously something that was sneaky, something that was not communicated, could be coming through, could be communicated, or something that a divine masculine kept information that maybe was found out and brought a sudden shift. And this could be a revisiting of that situation where there's more information now. Or there's communication about the changes that this divine masculine is going through. It could be the other way around. It could be the divine feminine, let's say, that's been going through this. It'll be different for each of you. And we've got the morte as well, which is the coffin. We've got the coffin twice, dear friends. That's Scorpio energies. So whatever will be communicated will bring a change. It's time for change. What comes after the morte? The sospiri, as we see her, she's been sighing and waiting for those ships to come through. There she is. She can actually see the ship now. So someone's been waiting on someone's major karmic challenge to end. So it has asked for a lot of patience, which I feel now, 1, 2, 3 ships. We've got 3 ships here, and the ship is Jupiter and Sagittarius. There's some sort of a departure. This could speak to a breakup for some of you, right? And wanting to take a trip, just escape. This could also be the beginning of a new adventure, a journey that someone has been planning to travel. And it relates to distance as well. Remember, 3 is also the Empress. So looking for love, looking for a place of serenity, nurturing, where there's fruit. It's like visiting the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden, where there are dangers there, but standing in integrity, doing the right thing is where we want to be, right? So integrity, that's what Saturn asks for, dear friends. Let's take a message for you from the Gaia Oracle. And remember, those of you that are on Patreon, you will be receiving an extra message from a beautiful oracle. And that will be done every time we do a Messenger is Here reading. So stick around, as I will be taking the winners for the month of February, dear friends. So today, on the 16th of February, or whenever we see this message, what is the message, dear Spirit? Tree of Life, fertility, creativity, destiny, magical blessings. That is beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Fertility is the Empress, and we've got an ace, everyone. The Tree of Life, the magical tree depicted in this image, is symbolic of your life's journey, and there's the journey card. Having matured and grown strong through the changing seasons and cycles of life, you have now reached a stage of creative abundance. Your roots firmly planted in the fertile soil of your dreams and imagination, you are now ready to fulfill your destiny. A new creative cycle begins, one infused with your love and all the wisdom that you have gained through your life to date. The struggle is over. From now on, you will achieve greater results than ever before, and you'll do this with grace, poise, and ease. All your past experiences, all the knowledge you have gained, and all your previous work now all come together to serve a higher, more heartfelt purpose. This is a period in which you truly are the master of your own destiny, a time where anything you would truly love to achieve or create is possible. Magical blessings, and that to me, because we've had a lot of Jupiter energies and Neptune, that is Jupiter coming up to meet Neptune. The magic begins from now, my friends. They are large planets, therefore, even though they're still fairly apart, the magic begins now. And the affirmation is, I'm the master of my own destiny. All I truly desire, I create. All I create through love. All I create is for the higher good of all. I'm truly blessed and grateful for all the abundance in my life. And on that note, I just wanted to mention that it looks like our governments do not care about the abundance of their people, the people that chose them to be in the position of power that they are. And I'm sure many of you agree that what's been going on in the world, the ill power that's been pushed onto humanity, is going to break down. It cannot survive. Love is the answer, dear friends. Not restrictions, no restrictive energies pertaining to our rights of freedom, freedom of choice, whether it's on a personal scale or on a collective scale. I'm right there with all of you. Those of you that are pushing back on these evil governments, and this includes the Greek government. It includes many, Canada, Australia, all these countries. It's the whole world. The narrative is the same, my dear friends. The narrative between those in positions of power is the same. So let's join together as the sun is still transiting through Aquarius, and I'd like to wish you all a happy birthday if you are celebrating today. We've got a couple more days before the sun enters Pisces. Pisces can speak to magic, and I feel that the magic is ahead of us. My hat's off to all of you that are on that front line, freezing to death out there, especially speaking to Canada where this began, this pushback began. The freedom of choice, and where many have followed. I'm totally there with you all. The support from me, I'm there. I am totally there. The ability to have the choice to choose, to live a free and sovereign life. Whether this is on a personal, and I'm talking about relationships. If you are in a relationship where there's been no freedom, get out, escape, do something about it. This Leo full moon, my dear friends, which is, Leo is the ability to create. It's the ability for that inner child to smile again, to get out of that imprisoning situation where there's been no fun, no flirtation, because there's been so much fear about being able to hug, to connect, to kiss. Take off that mouth cover and kiss someone. You get what I'm talking about. It's time now for things to change, and it's way past the time. My support to all of you out there. My love to all of you. I'd love to hear from all of you. Sending you lots of blessings, lots of light. Do join us on Patreon, and make sure you check out the winners being pulled. 3 lucky winners from Patreon. My love to all of you on Patreon, my dear, sweet friends. Thank you for supporting Divine Debut. We've come a long way, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, of course, not everyone maybe can afford to be on Patreon, and that's why I try to give as much as I can for free on YouTube. But remember, it's my precious time. It's for free, right? So the least that you can do, those of you on YouTube, is to like, share, comment, and show your support through the exchange of energy. Love you all so much. Talk to you soon.